It is official. Hope Valley 1874 is coming back. And I honestly cannot think of better news to wake up to the morning before the season 1 finale. Hallmark just confirmed it. Season 2 is greenlit. Rebecca Clark is returning to the Western Canadian frontier. And the Hardys, who have been holding their breath waiting for this announcement, can finally breathe again. Because this show is not going anywhere. And after everything season 1 has given us, this is exactly the news it deserved. Let's talk about the renewal. What we know about season 2, what it means for the entire When Calls the Heart universe, and most importantly, when we will get to watch it. Because there is a lot to celebrate right now, and I want to make sure we cover all of it. First, the numbers. Because Hallmark did not just renew this show out of loyalty or goodwill. They renewed it because it performed in a way that shocked even them. Hope Valley 1874 broke records on Hallmark Plus. Not just good numbers, record numbers. Hallmark Media described it as the most successful launch of a series on Hallmark Plus to date. Viewers showed up in unprecedented numbers, and crucially, they kept showing up week after week, exceeding expectations every single episode rather than dropping off after the premiere the way a lot of new shows do. Hallmark's head of programming, Michelle Vickery, said it directly our fans and press alike have enthusiastically embraced the series. And when a network says something like that before the season 1 finale has even aired, you know the decision to renew was not a difficult one. This was not a show that needed saving. This was a show that earned its future by delivering every single week. And the fans knew it too. The moment the renewal was announced, Bethany, Joy, Lenz, and Benjamin Ayres shared the news on social media, and the response was immediate and overwhelming. One fan wrote, "I have never subscribed to anything that is not part of my cable network." When I heard that Bethany, Joy, Lenz, and Benjamin Ayres were going to star in Hope Valley 1874, I immediately subscribed to Hallmark Plus and have not regretted it. You have done a fantastic job with the characters and the storyline, and I cannot wait to see more. And I honestly cannot think of a better summary of what this show means to the people who found it this season. Now season 2. Here is what we know. Season 2 will consist of 8 episodes, the same length as season 1, which tells us Hallmark is committed to the same quality over quantity approach that made season 1 feel so carefully crafted. It will premiere in 2027 exclusively on Hallmark Plus. And the full core cast is returning Bethany Joy Lenz as Rebecca Clark, Benjamin Ayres as Tom Moore, Jill Hennessy, Roan Curtis, Lachlan Quarmby, Jedediah Goodacre, Mila Morgan, Brad Abramenko, and Chelsea Hobbs. The Dreamcast, as Hallmark themselves called it, is intact. Every single person who made you fall in love with this show is coming back. And showrunner Alfonso Moreno is returning to write the next chapter of this story, which matters more than any headline in the renewal announcement. Because Alfonso Moreno is the person who understood from the beginning what this show needed to be. Not just a prequel, not just a nostalgia exercise for Hardys who wanted to see Hope Valley's origins. A genuinely moving story about a woman who had everything taken from her and chose to rebuild herself in the hardest possible place. Rebecca Clark's journey in season 1 was not just about survival on the frontier. It was about what happens when a woman stops living the life that was chosen for her and starts building the life that is actually hers. And the way Moreno wrote that story, quietly, patiently, without rushing toward easy resolutions, is exactly what I want to see continue in season 2. Now let's talk about what season 2 will need to address. Because the season 1 finale airs tomorrow, May 7, and based on everything the show has been building throughout these 8 episodes, the questions left unanswered when season 1 ends are going to drive everything season 2 explores. Rebecca and Tom Moore's relationship has been the emotional heartbeat of this show since the moment her wagon broke down and he stepped in to help her. And we will have watched that connection deepen and complicate and threaten to become something more throughout an entire season. Season 2 is where that story either becomes what we all know it is going to become, or where it faces the kind of obstacle that tests whether two people who found each other in the wilderness actually have what it takes to build something permanent together. And I honestly cannot wait to watch that unfold against the backdrop of a settlement that is slowly, quietly becoming the town we will one day call Hope Valley. There is also the threat that drove Rebecca to the frontier in the first place. Whatever she was running from back home in Chicago did not disappear because she crossed a border. Season 2 will bring that threat back into focus. And watching Rebecca face it with the strength she has built across Season 1, surrounded by the community she has found and the people she has come to love, is going to be one of the most satisfying things this show will deliver. And young Sarah, Rebecca's 11-year-old daughter, who has been growing up in real time in front of our eyes throughout Season 1. A child who left everything she knew to follow her mother into the unknown and found herself becoming someone new because of it. Sarah's story in Season 2 is the one I am personally most excited about. Because she is not just Rebecca's daughter anymore. She is a frontier child. She is becoming someone the settlement shaped. And eventually, if this show runs long enough, she is going to become someone who shapes Hope Valley in return. Here's what makes this renewal feel even bigger than just one show being saved. Hallmark also confirmed this week that When Calls the Heart Season 14 is coming in 2027, which means next year we will have both Hope Valley 1874 Season 2 and When Calls the Heart Season 14 on Hallmark Plus simultaneously. 2 generations of the same story, the town in its earliest days and the town at its most established. And for Hearties who have spent years loving Elizabeth and Lucas and everyone in Hope Valley, watching the settlement's origin story develop at the same time as its present-day story is something this fandom has genuinely never had before. I honestly think 2027 is going to be the most exciting year in the history of this universe. The Season 1 finale of Hope Valley 1874 airs tomorrow, Thursday, May 7, exclusively on Hallmark Plus. If you have not finished Season 1 yet, all 8 episodes are available right now on the platform. A Hallmark Plus subscription is the only way to watch this show, and after everything Season 1 has delivered, I honestly think it is worth every penny of it. Drop a comment and tell me, are you as excited as I am about Season 2? And what is the one storyline from Season 1 that you are most desperate to see resolved when Rebecca Clark comes back in 2027? Because after everything this show has built this season, I think the wait is going to feel very long. And I think it is going to be completely worth it.